Hi, I'm Steffi Jackson, the CEO of the Change Management Institute. The Change Management Institute is the global peak body for the change management profession. We've now supported change professionals for nearly 2 decades in building capability and credibility and connecting to our vibrant change community, which spans across 43 countries. In 2015, we developed the Change Management Foundation and Change Management Practitioner courses in conjunction with APMG International. Since then, we've refreshed our change management body of knowledge to reflect that a lot has changed in the profession. The business landscape has evolved dramatically, and this offers new challenges and opportunities. Just think about the level of digital disruption and acceleration of digital transformation we are seeing. The maturity in change practice has grown. Over the last 9 years, our profession has matured, and change professionals now support a much greater variety of change initiatives, which is really great news. We've also seen an evolution away from linear change approaches to adapting the tools and methods used to the context of the change. Since 2015, we've seen a dramatic increase in volume and pace of change, which I'm sure you've all felt. Change management increases the human capacity to adapt and embrace change in a world where everything needs to happen faster. Linked to this, the demand for change management skills and education has grown exponentially, and there's a greater variety and more employment opportunities for change managers. There's now a greater focus on collaboration and co-creation of change, and in supporting leaders and change agents who do have a bigger role to play in leading change and enabling change readiness than 9 years ago. And then change skills are no longer considered a specialist skill set, but they're relevant to everybody in the workplace. This sets the backdrop and context as to why it was time to update the popular APMG change management courses.
Hello. My name's Richard Smith, and I'm the Chief Examiner of APMG's Change Management Foundation and Practitioner courses. What that means is basically that I lead a small team of experienced change practitioners who ensure that the syllabus for the courses is appropriate and the examination questions are written well to test the candidate's understanding of that syllabus, and importantly, that they're able to apply what they know. The change management discipline has evolved a lot over the past 10 years, and we've just updated the APMG change management courses to reflect some of those changes. The changes reflect the excellent work of our colleagues in the Change Management Institute and that what they've done in updating their professional change management body of knowledge, the SIMBOK. Key updates reflect in the user-friendliness of the course as well as in its content. For example, in terms of content, we recognise that much has changed for our project management colleagues over the past 10 years. So the refreshed APMG change management course reflects the more agile approaches that are now applied to so many change initiatives. And related to this, the pace of life has increased for almost everyone, and there's much less opportunity for organisations to achieve a steady state. We acknowledge this shift too, seeing change as more of a continuous or cyclical process and not a simple straight line. The worlds of neuroscience and positive psychology have developed too, and now have rather more emphasis throughout the refreshed course. This is not a neuroscience course, but it will provide change managers with a much better understanding of how and why people respond as they do to change. It will also give them some clues about how to help them deal better with that change. All the material on communications and managing stakeholders has been completely revised and rewritten to reflect the needs of today's organisations and the way that communication happens today. There is also more emphasis on managing collaborative approaches to change, co-design, co-creation, co-production, those sorts of things. The importance of psychological safety in change is now explicitly included in the course, together with some ways to support this for people navigating a change, and importantly, ways that change managers can help leaders and team leaders to create an environment in which change will happen more smoothly. Finally, on content, many specific insights and tools needed by those who are practicing as change managers are gathered together in a new section of the course called The Work of the Change Manager. Now, I mentioned content, but I also mentioned user-friendliness of the refreshed course, and this shows in a number of ways. The first is about the study guide. The Effective Change Manager's Handbook has been the examinable text for the course in its version 2, and it remains a great practical handbook. However, it covers much more than the course teaches, it always has. So for the refreshed course, Change Management version 3, a new and much slimmer study guide has been written specifically to match the course content. So there'll now be no need to work out which bits are or are not going to be included in the exams. The first 5 chapters of the study guide match the precise syllabus areas covered by the foundation course, and the 6th and final part of the guide contains all the additional value material for the whole syllabus, which is needed by those going on to take the practitioner examination. The foundation exam has a lighter memory load now. That means that it focuses much more on understanding than on remembering the precise wording of something in the study guide. And finally, in response to feedback we've had over a number of years, the balance of content has been adjusted so that there is more explicit added value in the practitioner part of the training.
The Change Management Foundation and Practitioner courses are excellent courses to gain the knowledge that underpins good change management practice. How people respond to change can determine the success or failure of projects, transformation initiatives, and companies at large. In this economic and fast-paced business environment, it is an exciting time to be working in change, and change management is a skill set that could not be more relevant. The market is hungry for people who can practice and support the entire change process, from the inception of the design to the reinforcement of the change and also the realization of the business outcomes. The change management courses will set you up with a sound educational base in the theories that drive great change management practice, and they will support you in deciding which approaches to use or practices to apply to manage change effectively.